All right, welcome back for those of you that are returning, and hello to the people that are new. Um, I'm making this video and I'm going to call it for a few dollars more. I've been in Bangkok or Thailand for about 2 years, Bangkok 8 months or so, excuse me, and now I live on the beach, probably going on a year now. Okay, so a lot of videos out there how to live for $1,000, how to live for $1,200, and if that's you, this video is not for you. I will refer you to Why Hello There with Dr. Mark Saban. Very good video. He breaks it down really clear for everybody, and he does it for, I don't know, $1,200, something like that. I suspect he probably spends more. And I'll get into that a little later. But he can show you how to live for $1,200, and he seems to live well. The other one that I like is this guy named the Alaskan. I'm not sure if that's the name of his website, but he's in Hawaiian, just a little bit north of me. Probably going to run into that guy sooner or later. We're stomping on the same ground, but he does it, I think, for $1,000. Eats once a day, showers once a day. Here's what I'm going to say to that. God bless you guys, because you crossed the finish line. And if you are not waking up to an alarm clock, if you are not answering to another man, and you're able to just do what you want during the daytime and sleep when you want, and if you're free, then you've made it, man. You crossed the finish line, and no disrespect to you, but there are a lot of others out there that can do more. And so this video kind of addresses that, the value that's involved in high-end Thailand. Some people say, well, who's that? Hey, man, if you retired New York City pension getter and you got a little bit of 401k, I'm pretty sure you got a fat budget. If you're retired from one guy here in Bangkok makes videos, he's retired postal carrier. And who knows, man? He's probably getting like 5-6K in pension, whatever else he was able to save up. So there's people here that do well, and they can afford more than the $1,000 and the $1,500. So for a few dollars more, here's what I do. I come down to Bangkok once a month for specialty care. We're not going to get into that, but that's what I come here for. And I have stayed. You probably can make out in the picture, there's a place called Kokatel, and then off to the left there's a place called Hop In. I'm on Sukhumvit in the An Nut area. It's a pretty happening spot right next to BTS. I can access pretty much all of Bangkok from here. I have a view of two bridges, the Changpyeong. What's the name of the river, babe? She don't hear me. What's the name of this river? The name of the river? Chao Phraya River. I can go right downstairs without going out into the AC, into Suntree Mall, which is a little bit of a high-end mall. Good eats, coffee club, Starbucks, this kind of thing. All right. So I'm in a hotel called the Avani. They call themselves 5-star. I would call it 4. If you're from the United States, this is kind of like Hilton level, somewhere between Hilton and Marriott level. Very nice. For 4 nights, I paid 12,000 baht. So this comes out to about $93 per night after the conversion, somewhere around there. Let's round it up, call it 95. You're not going to touch anything like this in the West for 95 bucks. I just came back from the gym, as if I sounded a little winded in the beginning. Swimming pool, in-house restaurant, spa, all 5-star accommodations. The place is spotless, and for $93 you can have that experience. I would say the equivalent in the United States is probably be $200 a night. So for a few dollars more from Kokatel or from Hop In, you can have this experience. Small things matter to me. Comfort, the view. Every window has a view. I'm on the 17th floor. I'm looking out over the city. It's fantastic. As you can see, and it's very comfortable. And like one small difference, say for example, between Hop In and Cocotel, your key card is going to activate the electricity to the room. So you have to put your key card into this little slot for the lights and the air conditioning to come on. Versus here, it has its own key slot, and I can come home to a room that's cold. People say this stuff is frivolous. I don't think so, man. I take my comfort seriously. Yesterday, we spent about, I'm going to say we probably spent 3,500 baht yesterday. Bottle of wine, nice big breakfast at the coffee club, English style for me. I forgot what my girlfriend had, some kind of avocado fufu shit. And then nice dinner at the in-house hotel here, which is kind of a rooftop situation where you look over the west side and watch the sunset, which is what we're facing now. So that's what you get for 93 bucks, plus a super nice gym, good pool, bar at the pool with happy hour, access to Lotus right downstairs, BTS right out the door, up the stairs, and you're on BTS. So for a few dollars more, you can have that. I can also go down to one of the side soys and I can get a meal for 70 baht, 60 baht. I can have some krapao, something like this, if I wanted to. But I decided to eat in restaurants, in air conditioning, with good service. Let's say last night's dinner, I paid 1,500 baht just for dinner with drinks. And 1,500 baht is like, it's got to be less than $50. I don't know. Y'all do the math. It's about 31 to the dollar right now. So 31 to the dollar, that would be about 50 bucks, right? Plus the tip, say $55. You're not touching anything like that in the West. So going back to the budgetary thing, congratulations if you've achieved freedom. And if that means $1,500 a month to you, it can be done. Resource those vloggers that I talked about, and they'll walk you through it. But there's plenty of people that have more to spend, and Bangkok has more to offer. This is not a poor city. Thailand is, I don't find this to be a poor country. There's a very strong middle class, and there's an upper class here that's way above, way out of reach for me. There's some condos here that rent for 150, 200,000 baht a month in some of these buildings here if you want a penthouse. People are, I see Bugatti, I see Maserati, I see Bentleys on the street. So we have our millionaires and billionaires here. And there's everything in between. But that's what it costs. And so I spend between 3,000 and 5,000 per month. I'm not in the best health, so on the days that I'm down, I save a lot of money because I can't go anywhere. I stay in the house, what have you. But on the days that I am alive, I'm going to live. And so I just wanted to make a counterpoint to that, let people know. I wish there were some better vloggers than me. I'm not going to do this as a living. This is not even really a hobby for me. I just wanted to respond to, can you live on 1,000? Can you live on 1,500? Now, having said that, and again, with no insult, I'm not trying to talk down, not coming from a place of from arrogance or anything like that. I just can't see how it's possible, like, to have a social life really with that kind. I mean, if you're hanging out with the fellas and everybody's buying their own drinks, but if you want some companionship, like I have a girlfriend. This is very traditional. We're not in America. It's not 50-50. Even in America, I don't remember being 50-50 dating. I've always paid. So you got to double your meal prices and things like that. But these guys with 1,000, I don't even think you're going to have like part-time companionship. So keep that in mind if you're budgeting to go here. If you're young, if you're active, if you like females, if you like to date, or males, whatever, lady boys, whatever, man, whatever your thing is. If you want to date or have some kind of companionship, you're not going to be able to do this on 12 and 1,500. If somebody is doing it on that, let me know. That's in the city or on the beach. Not, don't send me a message that you live somewhere in the jungle and you grow your own bananas and shit like that, and you live on a platform house. I get that. You can do that for 500. I get it, but I don't want to live like that. And so all you pensioners, there's a lot of pensioners here, and they're making tons of money. They're not vlogging. They don't have to do it for extra income. It's a pain in the ass. It ruins your experience when you're doing things. That's my personal experiences. Just detracts from whatever I'm doing. I just happen to have a few minutes before I shower and go to breakfast, and I thought I'd throw that out there. So really, if you're a couple, or if you're a guy that wants to date, and if you want to date a lot and do some high-end stuff, and you enjoy things like wine and steak and Western food once in a while, plan on at least 3,000. And if you want to live on Sukhumvit or in Tanglore or in Asiatique or on the riverfront, you're going to pay 30,000 plus for an apartment. Same thing in Wayan. Those two references, those guys did apartment tours there. They showed some really cheap places, kind of like $200 a month like this. I only pay 5 something, and I'm right on the beach. But you can have an experience at Intercontinental Residences, and you could rent a studio there for 70,000 baht a month. But you're going to be living like the Jeffersons. So, long story short, in the United States, I'm just a middle class guy, and strong middle class. I didn't suffer in the United States, but I had to hustle a little bit to make extra. I wasn't free. Then in Greece, I'm upper middle class. In Thailand, I'm in the bottom half of the upper class. So that's the story. If you're moving here, be very careful if you're trying to do 1,000, if you're trying to do 1,500, if that's all you have. But if that's what you have to buy your freedom, come on, man. There's plenty of people that can show you how to do it. I'm not one of them. Again, try to budget 3 to 5. I remember one guy that has some really good videos. He's into it. He does his editing and shit. He's called, I think it's called Chocolate Man in Thailand. Something Chocolate Man. And he's, I think he's retired from the military. So he's probably dealing with, 3,000-4,000 budget there. Got his health insurance covered. And who knows, man, maybe he gets a little VA disability, something like that. So that guy, I see that guy spending about 3,500 a month, and he lives very well. So that's the object for me. Some people come here because 1,500, say you're not going to survive in too many places in the United States on that, and if you do, you're living poorly. You can increase your standard of living. My thing is the differential, right? I'm paid in US dollars and euros, and so why should I live by Thai standards? People say, oh, you paid too much for that. Not compared to where I'm coming from, and I'm getting paid in that currency. So I'm taking the opportunity to raise my lifestyle, and that's what I would encourage a lot of people to do. And again, 3 to 5 is what I'm saying for somebody if you're single and you're dating, or if you're a couple. So hopefully you guys found that helpful. I'm not going to do a video tour of the hotel and everything. It's really nice, the Avani. You can check it out. The area is popping. The mall that it's attached to is fantastic. And there's fine dining here, and you're going to pay less than Western prices, but you're not going to have these $3 meals or $5 meals. All right, man? So that's my advice. Hopefully this helps everyone to clarify what's really going down here. Check out those vloggers that I referenced, because they're doing a good job, much better than me. And you could learn something from them. Be well and beware.